All right, you ready?
Sure.
Episode 2.
Take 2. First is the worst, second is the best.
What?
That's the phrase. First is the worst, second is the best.
Well, we're adults, so I don't think we do that anymore. So.
Okay, well, this is going to be the best podcast ever. Just warning all of you. God, be positive.
I am positive. I'm positive. You need to calm down.
Wow. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Two Gay Mats podcast. We made it through the first time.
We made it through.
Doing it again.
It's all happening. And we're doing it on time. Can you believe it?
Like, unbelievable.
Sticking to a schedule.
Sticking to the schedule.
They said we'd never do it. And here we are.
Here we are, proving the haters wrong.
There's so many haters out there.
God, we're just like two tailors, just navigating through a world of haters.
It's true. And, you know, I'm proud of us for getting so far.
I'm shaking your hand now.
I appreciate that. How's your week been?
My week has been excellent.
Okay.
As opposed to the previous week, which was fine. This week was so amazing for reasons we will talk about later on the podcast. Mm-hmm. But no, it's just been really looking
Anything outside of reasons we've talked about, we're going to talk about the podcast because we're going to start with that.
Not really. It's just been a lot of great things. And also I've, saw a lot of people I want to see, and it's just been a lovely week. What about you?
Good.
How's your week going?
My week was very good. It was one of those weeks where it was very productive at the beginning and at the end had such a payoff. Because it was like every day I had my day job, which was stressful. And after work, I had different like music things that were good, but stressful. Like I just had to get things turned around pretty quickly. And then come Friday, I had purchased my Nintendo Switch earlier in the week and had yet to play it. But then on Friday, I played it a lot, had friends over, played Mario Kart, started Super Mario Odyssey, and it just felt like I really earned those Switch moments.
You waited all those days to play it? Because it was sitting in the living room for a while.
I know, this is what I'm saying. Because I had music stuff to do, and I was like, no, you can't play that until you've done all your stuff.
I'm so proud of you. I was not here anytime he was playing Switch, so
I know. It was a big moment for me to not play it, and then when I finally got to play it, it was worth every second.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So proud of you.
Not everyone has
the restraint.
And it really
the sense of responsibility.
I mean, let's be real. I launched a podcast as well.
Oh, that's true. You did do that.
I did.
had nothing to do with that.
I love how you're just like so proudly not a part of it besides lending your voice.
I have no idea how podcasts work, like how they're uploaded, what you listen to them on. So he's the one that does that. So everyone give him the props.
God. Well, I'm just saying that it is still all happening, like Sheena Marie would say on Vanderpump Rules. But before, I think we just have to get into it because
guys, the artistic achievement of the decade has dropped.
This is preposterous.
It's coming. Get ready. I am quivering. I'm shaking. I am beside myself.
And what is that again, Matt Steele?
It is the epic, the unbelievable.
Unbelievable is right.
Unforgettable Cats trailer.
The fact
directed by Thomas Hooper, inventor of The King's Speech. Inventor of it's a cute movie.
No, it sucks.
Inventor of Anne Hathaway with a pixie cut.
I did like that.
Thomas Hooper, the visionary, the brave director.
You're the only person with this opinion.
I am absolutely not.
The worst thing that has ever been
You need to travel
shown.
outside of your circle.
Well, I will look. Well, luckily, I looked at the Cats trailer itself, and it has 190,000 thumbs down versus the 79,000 thumbs up.
I have to give it a thumbs up. Let's go.
Thumbs up on my iPad. I'm revoking that. Thumbs down. This trailer, and the thing is, you guys know, I am a Team Taylor as of right now. I am rooting for everything she does. She should disavow herself from this. This is the most disgusting, revolting piece of anything I've ever witnessed. I've never had such a visceral reaction, and I was truly nauseated at the sight of the CGI.
You want to know what that is? That is art.
It's not art.
Gives you visceral reaction.
Why would you not hire it's 2019. And I must say, I've been from people in my circle have said it looks like Jim Carrey's Cat in the Hat movie. Like that is what the CGI.
You mean Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat movie?
Whoever, I don't care. One of those people I don't care about. And it's just Why does it look so terrible is my question. Like, why is it the most disgusting uncanny valley moment? Like, you think you've seen it all with CGI. You're like, oh, we've come so far. I'm sure they could make something that looks like something people would want to see and not throw up during. Like, why does it look so awful? Please.
I don't understand why people think it looks so awful.
Are you serious?
I don't understand what people were expecting from the Cats movie. Like, were they expecting just animated cats? Because that's utterly ridiculous and not what Cats is about.
I don't know. My argument is not that it should have been better. My argument is that it should never have been made.
Okay, that is an argument we can't argue about, right. Because I'm thrilled that it's being made because I love an artistic choice. Oh. I love a risk take when it comes to a movie musical, and this is the biggest risk of a movie musical.
Yes, because no one will see it because why? There are no humans in it. You don't think it's gross looking?
No, they are humans. That's the thing with Cats. They are not trying to show the world. Look at these cats. Cats is a musical ballet dance extravaganza where it's not trying to pretend like there are actual cats on stage.
No one's requesting actual cats.
It is showing the human body, showing you what cats are through human body movement.
This is the worst pitch for cats.
So the cats,
world's worst.
A human interpretation of cats. So they need to be both human and cats, which is why they have fingers, which is why they have human faces.
And it's why they have fur boobs that bounce up and down in shots.
They have boobs in the Broadway show.
But dude, people are not mad because they do not look like real cats. I don't think that is the response. The response is that it looks disgusting. It looks very cheaply made, and it also like a waste of money, and also it makes me sick, and it just like do you not have an uncanny valley? Like, do you not realize when things are a little human and a little not, that it makes people who are real people feel uncomfortable and grossed out and like they want to crawl out of their skin?
Okay, but that's literally what Cats is.
Well,
that's
why
literally
did they make it?
Because for fun. Oh. And okay, if you have a problem with the uncanny valley, that is something you can work out with your therapist in your own time. That is not something that should force you to stifle Thomas Hooper's vision of having human cats.
You don't even like Cats. It's a musical.
Look, I love no.
Going up for this thing that you literally don't even like. You literally have referred to Cats fans as insane.
Okay.
Do not come here.
Cats fans are insane. Cats fans are actively like insane, but like insane in the best way, because it's just like you're standing something that is so it's just about cats. Like, why are you standing this? But like, you know what? Good for you. But you are insane.
Does Jennifer Hudson not look ridiculous? And her face her face is so flat on that CGI thing. What is wrong with the way Jennifer Hudson looks?
The Grisabella design's a little confusing, I will say.
Thank you.
I was expecting like the average Grisabella design with like the long hair and like there's more to it. But this is kind of just like, oh, she's just like a brown cat. But you know, maybe there's more to it than meets the eye. I'm sure some changes will be made after the reaction to this trailer.
You, it reminds me of what people were saying about Sonic the Hedgehog and how that trailer looked ridiculous and awful, and the director's literally like, we're gonna push the movie back and re-edit, and I wonder if they're gonna do that with Cats. Because
I can't imagine they would push the movie back.
I mean, truly, they should just shelve it. Like, no one are not going to shelve
Cats.
I mean, it's gonna come out, it's going to flop, like, no one will see that.
It is literally... First of all, I don't care if no one sees it. I will see it 1,000 times and just love my life all the way through it. But also, like, it was the most talked about thing of the year.
Lots of things are talked about that people will not spend money on.
Hey, it's Cats. It's Cats.
Maybe you're right. Maybe internationally it will do well. I doubt it will break even in the U.S. box office.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, it's not going to be number one at the U.S. box office because it's coming out the same day as Star Wars. Yeah. So, like, I think they're anticipating it's not going to beat Star Wars.
Well, it's not going to do well.
I think it's going to do brilliantly.
I guess we'll
Best
have to
Picture
come back.
2019.
Oh, shut up. This should get no awards.
Guys,
it is.
I'm so excited.
Well, I don't even understand.
Okay, look. Okay. I grew up with Cats my entire life, like Cats the musical my entire life, not actual Cats. I grew up with the musical Cats my entire life. It was always very strange to me because it's literally just a musical about cats. Nothing's going on.
There's no their narrative, right?
No,
there's no story.
I mean, there's a semi-through line where it's like...
I heard they're all talking about their lives and then one of them gets to die or something.
Yeah, pretty much. What it is there's a Jellicle Ball like once a year or once every some sort of cycle, and one cat is chosen by Old Deuteronomy, who's like the old wise cat, who's usually played by a man, but of course now played by Dame Judi Dench, iconic. And Old Deuteronomy gets to choose which cat gets to be reborn into a new life, essentially. So who gets to be reincarnated?
Into a new cat or
into a new... that's never... Is that discussed? It might be into a new animal. I'm sure the Cats fans will have analysis of that, but I have none. So as a kid, I was always like, oh, Cats is stupid. Why would I like cats? But now that I've gotten older, I've gotten a little more... down to earth.
And that's when you came around to Cats.
And that's when I was just like, you know what? Cats is what it is. Let people love it. It's like Mamma Mia, but with cats. Just let people enjoy their shit.
Mamma Mia is easier because they're humans.
And honestly, like, Cats is a huge artistic achievement. Like on stage, it was like it's beautifully designed, beautifully choreographed, and just the overall world of it is just so wonderfully done.
Also, if it's supposed to be a dance musical, why is Taylor Swift in it?
Hey,
she moves like a bunch of limbs.
Hey, well now she's CGI'd, so she'll be doing pirouettes all over the place. But that's what I love, the fact that this trailer, you can see they didn't shy away from the dancing element of it. It's very much still a ballet. It has Francesca
she's a new person,
Hayward.
right?
She's a ballet dancer.
But she's like a new movie person.
Oh yeah, she's but it seems
she's also black, which I didn't realize because her whole character is all white.
Yeah, well, I'm okay. Her character Victoria, the cat, is like the ballet cat, and she's the white cat. And I think that Victoria's backstory is, which is weird that these cats have backstories, but apparently they do.
We have to stop talking about this soon. I can't talk more about that. So go on, finish this.
Apparently, she was like the house cat that like ran away. So that's why she's like the white cat, because she's like the cat for like rich people. But then she became a stray cat, and but she dances ballet, and yeah. So apparently they changed a little bit of the plot for the movie where she is, or what it seems like is she is the new cat on the block, and so they're all introducing themselves to her. Essentially.
Emmy nominations also came out this week. In other non-cat related news. Also, again, look at the likes on the trailer. You'll see the overwhelming negative response. Emmy nominations came out this week. Do you have any strong feelings? I know you're not a TV person, but are you rooting for anyone, any shows? Pose got a lot of nominations. This Is Us, of course. Game of Thrones got a bunch of nominations, which I found surprising.
Of course it did.
But I mean, didn't people not like the last season? Wasn't that the whole thing?
That was the whole thing. But Emmy voters, tend to just vote.
Okay.
They can just point and click.
All right. Well, this site went out. We'll come back on. But I know that Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which people like, got a lot of nominations, as did HBO's Barry. And yeah, I don't know. I am a Pose watcher. I'm a new Pose watcher, and I've started watching that, and I was very excited that it got its nominations. I was a little honestly surprised that only Billy Porter got an acting nomination from Pose. Like, I was expecting some of the trans girls to get nominations, like India or MJ Rodriguez, and because they're so excellent on the show. But
well, it seems like it's a show with like a huge ensemble cast, so like vote splitting could have happened.
It is, but there are people that are shining, but there's Billy Porter, of course, but I feel like there are other people that are really shining on that show, so I just wanted to see a little bit more of that. But I don't know.
I know people are going nuts over the best leading actress in a comedy category.
Oh, right.
Like Catherine O'Hara, Christina Applegate,
Julie Louis-Dreyfus again.
Of course, yeah. She'll probably end up winning.
That's the thing. It's like I've started Schitt's Creek. I haven't gotten into it, but I do enjoy what I've seen, and I think it would be fun if Catherine O'Hara won. She's such a fucking legend.
She is such a legend. One of the most talented comedians of all time.
Apparently, she's hilarious on that show, and it's like Julie Louis-Dreyfus has gotten 5 trillion of them. This is really
a bajillion.
I just think it's time for someone else to take the crown, and I would love it to be Catherine O'Hara.
Well, last year, Rachel Brosnahan won.
I don't think Julie Louis, because they took a year off of Veep because of her.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, the Emmys love Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
They do, and I get it. She's amazing, but giving it to someone else when Julie Louis-Dreyfus is also nominated would be a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it just does make me nervous that not nervous because if Julie Louis-Dreyfus wins again, it's not
right. It'll be fine.
I'm not gonna freak out about it, but because there are so many great performances, like vote splitting happens.
Yes,
and Julia comes up on top.
I mean, it happens, and I was gonna save this for my giving you moments, darling, but I made Matt Steele not talk about cats during that because I had to talk about how horrible it was.
He has this rule where we can't talk shit about each other's giving you moments.
Yes, because it's like we're talking about the things that really have fueled our lives for the week. I don't want that to be something negative, but
okay,
Cats is horrible.
That's
so
very
anyways,
considerate.
it is. Mandy Moore
What is happening?
being nominated for a fucking Emmy. She's never been nominated for This Is Us.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
I'm positive
She wasn't.
was. Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't. We can look this up, but no, she wasn't.
How was she not?
Because it's ridiculous, and it was always ridiculous she wasn't. And it was like, because Sterling K. Brown just like, I'm so excited for our first-time nominees, Mandy Moore, and the guy who plays Toby on This Is Us, who is fine.
I could have sworn she was nominated the first season of This Is Us.
She wasn't. And I was always so mad.
Oh.
Because I love Mandy Moore in general, and I love her on that show. And the fact that she's finally getting her Emmy nominations, and it's just like, someone like Mandy Moore has been in the business for so long. And I feel like she's one of those people that people can say, there's nothing bad to say about Mandy Moore. Like, she is a joy. She is kind. She is good at her. She's talented. She's beautiful. She's a vocalist. And I feel like even though when she was coming up, she was always in the shadow of the Britneys and the Christinas and all of these things. But the fact that she has found such a steady career after being in such a horrible marriage with Ryan Adams, it's just a beautiful. She deserves it. Like, and I don't love the word deserve because no one deserves anything, but Mandy Moore deserves this.
Wow.
I know.
Well, who's her competition? Who do we have to punch? In the face?
I would tell you, but the website keeps crashing.
Oh, that's awful.
Emilia Clarke, Game of Thrones, Viola Davis, Ozark, Laura Linney, Sandra Oh, Killing Eve, Robin Wright, House of Cards.
I say Sandra Oh is her biggest competition.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, and I saw the pilot of Killing Eve and it was great.
I hear nothing but good things, but I also hear that I think its second season is not as good as the first. And This Is Us isn't as good as it was either, but it's still Mandy. So
it's because I was cut out of This Is Us.
That is totally why. If they had really done like a spin-off about the gay hairdresser, they'd be number one still. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to myself and think that Mandy Moore's going to win, but I think, Emmy-nominated Mandy Moore sounds great.
Yeah, we'll take it.
I will take it, and I just appreciate that the fact that some people like Mandy Moore and Pink, who when they were coming out as teen pop stars, were not like the ones who shone the brightest, are really getting later on in their lives. Like, they're becoming like very solid, very stable, very consistent at their craft, and I have nothing but love for them.
Good for you, Mandy Moore.
Good for you, Mandy fucking Moore. I love her. All right, Sam Smith.
Yeah, what is this? Because he was like, we're going to talk about Sam Smith on our podcast, and I was like, I have no idea what.
Did you watch the music video?
No.
Oh.
I have no idea.
I think I texted you watch Sam Smith's video.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, anyways, Sam Smith has a new single out entitled "How Do You Sleep."
Oh, and he like dances.
He dances in the video.
I have heard about this.
The song is It's again keeping the theme of his song with Normani, where it's like we're not just doing Adele ballads anymore, and we're like doing a little bit more up tempo, mid tempo pop hits. We're going for. I think it's a good song. The video is very cool to look at. It's very interesting to look at, and But the interesting thing about How Do You Sleep, it's very much the like theme of the lyric is like, how do you sleep when you lied to me and all this stuff. And of course, I don't know if you know, Sam Smith used to date Brandon Flynn, who I believe is on 13 Reasons Why. He's an actor. And they broke up kind of suddenly a few months ago. And now Brandon Flynn is hanging out with Richard Madden. Have you heard of him?
No.
He is a very handsome actor who was in Rocket Man, I believe. He also
he's quite older.
He is a little older.
Yeah, and Richard Madden, I think, like just came out, or there's like rumors, or
he's not out.
Okay.
I think he's bisexual because he has been in relationships with women, but now Brandon Flynn just like hangs out with him and goes to dinner with him in West Hollywood a lot, and they're roommates.
All right, wait, they're all right.
So again, this is not a podcast about outing people, but you know. It seems as if Brandon Flynn has moved on from Sam Smith to a very attractive Richard Madden, and I feel like that.
I mean, when I saw Richard Madden in Rocket Man and Taron Egerton was having sex with him, I was like, good for Taron. I was like, good for Taron.
No,
because
he's
whoever
like
this guy is attractive.
Actively beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel sad for Sam to like, because this is such a public conversation about like, oh, is he or isn't he? And like Brandon Flynn's always with him, and like this is, you know, Sam, and you know, Sam gets his heart broken a lot.
Sam does get his heart broken.
He does, but honestly, I'm kind of happy that he decided to go into the mid tempo. We're gonna do a voguing video and like make a pop hit out of this instead of having like a huge like Stay With Me-esque ballad about it. Because like this, I don't know. It's like let's dance and cry. That's always
dance
my
and cry. Sam Smith
mode.
is learning how to be an adult gay.
Yeah.
just We're not just gonna cry, guys. We're gonna dance,
We're gonna
and,
dance
cry.
and cry, and we're gonna be crying about gay men who've wronged us, not the straight men we had crushes on. And
that's also
really more your fault. But the point is, I think the song is good. It's growing on me. It was a little, understated initially, but I also like his song with Normani, and I don't know. I'm excited to see what this new sound is going to be like, and I'm excited to hear more of the album. I think it's going to be very exciting.
All right, let's go. So have you forgiven Sam Smith for saying he doesn't like Michael Jackson?
Well, Michael's gone through a lot since then.
Yeah, so
it was still a dumb thing. Like, musically, there's nothing that's like about Michael Jackson, so Sam Smith's taste is in question.
Well, maybe that's what he was saying. He didn't like Michael Jackson because he touched children.
So. I don't think so. But,
okay, well.
But also, Mariah acknowledged him today on Twitter. Did you see that?
No.
Well, Sam tweeted something about how he had a dream about Mariah Carey, and he had a dream that she dedicated a no-no to him at a Mariah Carey launch party. And then Mariah tweeted back, "So am I the answer to how do you sleep? ? Funny emoji. I love the song and couldn't be happier than to be starring in your dreams, darling." 3 hearts at Sam Smith.
I love this Mariah Carey.
I love it. If you're verified and you at Mariah, she could at you back.
Oh my God, how do we get verified?
I don't know. We got to make this podcast really good.
All right, guys, share this podcast so we can tweet
at
at Mariah Carey.
That's literally the long-term goal now, is just get Mariah to tweet about us. Oh God. All right. So I feel like having Brandon Flynn as your boyfriend or getting a tweet from Mariah Carey, tweet from Mariah Carey, I'd pick every day. So
absolutely.
I think everything's coming up, Sam. You're gonna have to explain this Scarlett Johansson thing to me because
that was the topic you didn't know.
I didn't know anything about this.
Okay, so Scarlett Johansson.
But that quote's so dumb.
Okay. The quote's pretty bad.
Quote's really bad.
So Scarlett Johansson, obviously, we all know a couple years ago at this point, got a lot of flack for playing Asian in what was that movie?
Ghost in the
Shell. Or did she drop out of the movie?
I feel like she dropped out of the movie. She was going to play a trans.
Yes, that's where this quote comes from.
Yes.
And so she had a bad sort of PR moment with that, and then she had another bad PR moment probably a year ago, I feel, where she was set to play a trans man by the name of, I believe his name is Tex Gill, something Gill. Dante Tex Gill. Who was a very famous trans man who ran, I think, a masseuse parlor. Okay. And fought the mafia and was just a total badass. Yeah. And so she got a lot of flack for that, and so she dropped out of that. And
I also felt like I remember she had an initial non-apology that was if you have a problem with me playing trans, and listed all these other cis actors that had played trans.
Yeah, a long time ago.
And it was woo, that is not a good response. But then I did feel like she apologized in a more valid way. But then she comes out with this a year later.
Yeah. So now there's another quote. She was giving an interview, and at some point, she said the phrase that she should be able to play any person, any tree, or any animal because she is an actor and that is her job.
Oh, my God.
And then, of course, she came out and she was like, please read the whole interview. That quote was taken out of context. And when you read the whole interview, she does say, I understand that trans people and other protected classes do have a harder time finding work, and so I should be supportive of that. So I don't doubt that Scarlett Johansson wants to be an ally for trans people of color. I don't doubt that. I'm sure she's a very nice person. She's a talented actress. But the sort of gums, and of course, it was during an interview, so she was sort of just speaking off the cuff. She couldn't police all of her words, and
if I was Scarlett Johansson, I'd be policing all of my words.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
The thing. She's already had so many flubs.
Yeah, she stepped in this so many times, and I read at least a portion of the interview, and it didn't sound that much better. It was very much having people play, the characters that they actually have the similar background to is a trend. She kept saying the word trend trend and political correctness, and it's no.
That's kind of just what's going to be happening from now until forever.
What's right? You don't need to be playing when there are roles with people that are disabled or trans or Asian.
Because now everything is so open, and we have access to trans actors, and we have access to actors of color and disabled actors. We can do all of these things now. The market is so huge, and and people are so much more aware of these kind of things now. It's like,
Right.
like Hilary Swank, I say this all the time. Hilary Swank in Boys Don't Cry is one of my favorite performances of all time. She's brilliant in the movie, one of my favorite wins for Best Leading Actress ever. She played a trans man. However, if that movie was made now,
She wouldn't be playing it.
She wouldn't be playing it.
Right.
Point blank, period.
And that's
and
it.
that would be fine. Like, that movie was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So I understand the context of this is how things were done in the past.
Right.
However, now is now.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, of course you have every right to play whatever role you want, but expect some backlash for it.
Totally.
And also, sure, you can play whatever role you want. Lord knows I play Celie from The Color Purple in my bathroom mirror.
But you're not
every
doing
night.
that.
but I'm not asking to be paid for it.
No.
I'm not asking to take away someone else's job
Yes.
so that I could show the world my brilliant rendition of I'm here. That is what I do in private, and I have a great
Yes.
time doing it.
If she wants to have her own little parties where she wants to play a trans man and like
Yeah.
a reading in a circle, then
Yeah.
great. Best of luck to
Yes,
you.
in a nice little reading, like
Yes.
with friends or like in her imagination, where other actors who can't get auditions
Right.
have to play their roles
Yes.
because that's the only opportunity they have to
Exactly.
act. So yeah, I mean, everyone steps in doo-doo, as the great Whoopi Goldberg says all the time on The View.
I mean,
We all
Whoopi
step in
also-
doo-doo.
ugh.
Hey, The View is great.
She's just
Everyone
stepped in
does
it
it.
so many times where it's like, honestly, this is maybe who you are and that's fine, but like you've got to get some PR person on your side and to let you know
Yeah.
that, okay, you're in an interview. Things not to touch on. Things, if you have something to say, don't say anything about them.
Just sit and be like, oh, well.
Because I mean,
love everyone.
I love everyone. Was right to step down, and like I hope someone who has that experience can play the role, and they'll do an excellent job. Just like find a soundbite to say, because clearly your thoughts on this matter aren't great. Like you keep getting blowback from them. Like maybe stop you repeating the issue. And also, just a random note: if ever you're listing something like I should be able to play a person or a tree or an animal, it's like, or like I don't care if you're black, white, or blue or purple. Or like, I don't care if you sleep with like guys, girls, or like a dog. And it's like all of those. It's like I think of all of you as like bigots. Truly, because like you don't see the difference between a black person and like an invisible purple person at Area 51 you've made up, and you don't see the difference between having sex with a consenting adult and like an animal. Like you think you're being open-minded, but you actually are not understanding why these differences.
Yeah, you're
are
actually just
important.
kind of blowing past everything
Yes.
by naming a bunch of things in a category.
Right.
Have you seen the memes of Scarlett Johansson as a tree? Oh, all over Twitter.
I missed this entire
I don't know
thing.
how you missed it.
I
It
don't
was
follow a lot
like 3
of
days, like
film
Monday
Twitter
through
people.
Wednesday. It like just pictures of like random screenshots in movies and just being like, "This is my." I love Scarlett's performance in this movie, and it's like circling a tree in the background. Like it's so funny.
Oh God, Scarlett.
Well, I wish her the best.
I want her to stop talking. You know. All right, one more interesting news thing came out today. Apparently,
Today.
well, not today, but like this week sometime.
Okay.
Since we last sat down, Instagram is starting to test hiding the numbers of likes a post receive for users in 7 countries. It might be everywhere soon, so that you would, instead of scrolling on your feed and seeing like, oh, Matt Steele posted this picture, it got like 200 likes. It just would be like, Matt Steele posted this picture, and like these are my friends that liked it. And like you see who your friends who liked it, and I don't think you see the full number. And Instagram says that this is so that Instagram is more about the pictures and the content you post, the videos you post, and not about how many likes the posts get. I feel like I like see both sides of why this could be good and why it would be annoying a little bit, especially for people. Some people make their money off of like their Instagram and their Instagram likes, and like how would you get those analytics to send to advertisers, or like, you know, if you were an Instagram person, how would you, would it affect your well-being?
Yeah, they need to know who is like, what kind of people are liking
And
their
like, and how
posts
many.
and how many.
But then it's also like, it would kind of be nice to just put up a post and not, because apparently there have been studies shown that like there's like dopamine release when you get a notification and someone's liked your post or liked your thing. And if there was less, you know, pressure on people, especially young people who I feel would be more affected by this. If there's less pressure on that thing, maybe that would be good for people's mental health, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I see it both sides.
Yeah, I don't know.
Both sides.
I mean, I'm not really an Instagrammer. I'm not like
me neither.
totally into Instagram. So I have no stake in this whatsoever.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, but I think I try to think like, oh, if someone tried to take away my likes on Twitter, like how would I feel?
I mean, they wouldn't take away them. You just wouldn't know how many.
Yeah, I just wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know.
But then, like, what's the point of liking something, you know?
I don't know. Maybe it's for you. Maybe if you liked it, at least, you could just, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what it even looks like, what the person would receive. Like, you'd probably know that I liked your thing. You just wouldn't count up all the numbers, and the people following you wouldn't know the number, is what I'm thinking, but I don't know.
It's interesting. Well, especially because Instagram, because Twitter, if you like something, it gets saved in your likes, and you can go back and like scroll down memory lane or something. But Instagram, like your likes don't get saved or anything.
It's a different thing.
Yeah. I really don't know. I think maybe it's an interesting experiment for Instagram to try.
We love experiments.
Like how Facebook, remember years ago when it tried like Facebook timeline where everyone's like profiles were like all mishmashed and...
No, I don't even remember that.
Oh my God, it was a disaster.
I mean, I'm sure. I feel like Instagram's done stuff like that where they start things and it's like,
and then they stop.
They pull it back.
I think it's fun. When I checked and saw that this was happening, all of the comments were just like, great. Now, how about our feed is chronological?
I know.
We want our feed to be chronological.
I know. It's like you're just so ignoring the only thing that people are asking for. But like, I mean, I don't think this is actually an actively bad idea, which some of the ideas totally are. But it just reminds me of looking at like 8th grade and seeing like how people wouldn't follow her in that movie, you know, the main girl. I know.
Guys, what a great movie.
Oh my God, movie of the year.
Snubbed by the Academy.
Absolutely. Did it get any nominations?
It got no nominations.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That movie, I think, was my favorite movie of that year.
Oh my God, it was absolutely my favorite movie.
Look at us agreeing on the favorite movie of a year.
We already went over this.
It's still amazing.
Yeah, I guess. We're friends.
I feel like it doesn't happen often because, I mean, you in that fucking Cats trailer.
I mean, hey, we're going to disagree this year, baby.
Do I have to watch that for this? Like, do
Absolutely.
I cannot.
So
it's like the pit in my stomach when there's like a live musical announced. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to watch this fucking bullshit.
But the thing is, you've never seen anything of Cats.
Like I've seen enough just from that 2.5 minutes.
I need to show you like little bits of like the Broadway musical, so you get an idea of the feel, and you're just like, okay, so you just know what you're in store for, because you will not know what you're in store for. It's wild. It's truly wild. It's poetry. It's ballet. It's nuts.
I feel like whether I go in blind or whether I look at the Broadway performances, I will hate it either way.
Yes, you will. You will absolutely hate it.
Well, then what? I just don't know why. Why do I have to watch it?
It's going to be insane, and it's about musical theater, musical movies, which is my forte.
I'll watch West Side Story when it comes out.
That's like in a year and a half. Get out of here. They're literally filming it now.
Are they making a Wicked, supposedly?
Yes.
I'll watch that.
Well, we're not going to see it if I'm not in it.
Oh, okay. Who do you want to be?
Bach.
Oh.
I can get a facelift and
I thought Bach was young.
Hey, yeah, that's why I'm getting a facelift.
I mean, I would watch that.
Yeah. Well, that's like 2021.
Between now and Cats coming out, I need to figure out a way to get out of seeing it.
You're not going to find a way.
I'm going to think it through.
No, you're not going to find a way.
If someone has any ideas,
I will buy your ticket, bitch.
I don't want a ticket to be bought. I'm going to be like, oh, I have the mumps. Oh, I have measles.
Oh, no,
I can't.
Guys, I have smallpox.
I have smallpox. I can't go see Cats because it will make me too fucking nauseous.
I'll bring Cats to you. I'll recreate the entire movie.
I mean, truly, I'm sure that'd be more entertaining than watch, and it would be less sickening to me to watch you do it. Which, again, you know how I feel about you dancing.
Every time I like do any sort of movement in rhythm, he's like, watching you dance depresses me. And I'm like, thanks.
I mean, it just, I can tell there was a lot of movement classes that went into it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, there were. I have a BFA, darling.
I mean, I heard rumors about that.
NYU class of...
I was going to say, let's hear it, bitch, what year? All right. So, is there any other news we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh.
This week was a lot of fun. I had a really fun time.
It was a good week this week. I mean, my Switch really brought me a lot of joy.
That's amazing.
I know. But to me, my Nintendo Switch is like your Cat's.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, except mine was free because I can just watch the trailer over and over again. But you had to pay like, I don't know, $1,000 for your Switch. How much did you pay?
Not $1,000.
Was it like over 100?
Yeah, the Switch is $300.
Oh my God.
And then the games were $50 a pop.
Games are $50 a pop?
Yes. This is why video game people make so much fucking money.
Are you out of your mind?
Like, you can't pirate this. Like, pirating a video game and download it, like, how would you even do that? Like, you have to buy it. games are $50.
Oh my God.
I know.
I mean, I guess it's like limitless entertainment.
Yes, it's hours and hours and hours.
Because there's you will never beat a game to its full capacity.
I mean, you can get through the process, like the narrative process. Like I can get through the Mario game, but there are like 300 moons that I could get if I wanted to fully complete it. So yeah, you could, even after you've beaten the game, you can do more.
And it's like a choose your own adventure sometimes, isn't it? Like
well, a little bit. Like when you're getting if you were getting all of the stars or all the moon pieces, then yeah, you could like go find them and like look at different places.
This is so lame.
It's not lame. It's cool.
So lame.
People love it.
He's joke shitting on me for loving cats.
I mean, the thing is, you don't even love cats.
I do. Okay.
You do not love
love
cats
for what it is. I'm not like a cat's head though. And when I was younger, I didn't like cats, but now I'm just like, good for fucking cats. Good for Andrew Lloyd Webber. Good for T.S. Eliot. Good for those insane people.
Is Andrew Lloyd Webber dead or is he alive?
No, he's very much alive.
I didn't know.
He wrote new music for Cats, which I'm a little nervous about.
I mean, of course.
Because I sometimes new songs written for movies like tend to be a little rushed through. And Cats, even if I hated Cats, like I will not deny the music in Cats is sound. Like the music in Cats is stunning. I mean, there are some songs where I'm kind of just like, I can skip this number, but like overall, the score is really fascinating. And like, especially, and I'm also worried about, it seems like the 80s synth that is used in the Broadway musical is replaced by like actual trumpets. And it's like, because the synthesizer sounds like you're like being abducted by aliens, which works for Cats. So I don't know how the real instrumentation is going to happen.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for listening to News for Idiots. We will promise not to talk about cats anymore because it's too upsetting to me. And we'll be back soon for our Giving You Moments, Darling. All right, welcome back. We had such a lovely break.
Oh my God.
It was so long. We were so refreshed. Yes. I went on a run.
Oh, you don't look any skinnier.
I look lovely. Thank you for asking. But another question for you. What gave you a moment this week? This is Giving You Moments, Darling, if you're new to the podcast. So Matt Steele is going to explain to us what has given him life, given him a moment this week.
So last week, I talked about how things were going awry on this season of Big Brother. And literally immediately after we filmed this podcast,
Recorded this podcast.
Same.
Audio.
Filmed, video, audio, film.
No.
Nope. Okay.
No.
Everything turned around, and my buddy Nicole, everyone's favorite on Big Brother, ended up being saved. And this entire week has just turned around, and really, it's really disgusting how a stupid, trashy show like Big Brother can determine my mood for the week. Like last week was just fine, and I was like kind of a grump because things were not going my way on this stupid reality show. And this whole week I've just been flying high because everything is going the way I want it to go.
So wait, are the next people that are going to go probably going to be some of the racists?
Yes!
That's what we want.
Yes. I mean, Thursday's episode was pretty rough because I'm not going to go into all the details of the show because we'll be here for 20 hours.
Yeah.
But 3 people were evicted at once, essentially. And they were all sequestered and like had to wear matching uniforms and sleep in like a gross, disgusting room. And all those 3 people were like people of color. And it was just like, because they kept getting evicted and sent to this like sequestered area. And it was just a really, really bad look. And obviously,
are there any people of color left? And
yes.
But we're still going after the racists this week.
Yes,
that's great.
There's a Latina girl named Jessica.
Love.
I
hope she wins.
That is it.
Well,
no. There's the Asian girl, who is a wreck. she's a total wreck, because she just spills everyone's secrets, and it's kind of hysterical. But yeah, it was, and CBS was obviously not going for this look when they had that sort of camp comeback thing. But it was a really bad look because like Julie Chen was like sitting with like 3 people of color who all looked really sad because they were just eliminated from the competition, and they were all wearing like little Boy Scout uniforms. And it was a rough visual. that no one wanted.
Well, I
but
hope the season gets better because it doesn't sound like it get worse.
it's gonna get better.
Well,
this
there
week
you
is getting
go.
better, guys.
That's good.
Yeah. So my week is really looking up. I mean, next week, Lord knows I'll probably be miserable again.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Well, I was given life this week because I kind of revisited probably one of my oldest Spotify playlists entitled Road Trip to the Past.
How many Spotify playlists do you have?
Oh, several. I have a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I have just like musical theater and pop music.
No. I have lots. So, one of my oldest is entitled Road Trip to the Past, and it is a kind of a retrospective of music that I and my friends listened to in high school. A lot of stuff that we watched on MTV, like Hits, which was like the MTV channel on like DirecTV that actually played music videos, and just going back through songs of yesteryear, songs of the early aughts. I was listening today to Lil Mama's Lip Gloss, an iconic jam.
I mean, that should be on all of your playlists.
It really should be. And like Fergie's Fergalicious, and like even Chingy's Right There, and Jay Quan's Tipsy. And it's just like, wasn't the early 2000s quite a time? It was like, I just miss the sparseness and like the ridiculousness of songs like that. And they really, they made so many years of mine so good. Like, especially, I mean, this is a little bit later, but like I remember the summer of 2007 when Lip Gloss came out. I believe that was also the summer of Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston, and of course Rihanna's Umbrella. And it was my first summer staying in New York for like this whole summer
Oh my
time.
God.
And so I have such vivid memories of that time in my life and hanging out with my friend Heather, and like, I don't know, we just stayed in some NYU dorms, and I would like interned at several places, and it just was like, oh my God, I'm an adult, I'm on my own, and I love Lip Gloss by Lil Mama.
And now we're even older, and we're just like, wait, we're not adults, what?
I know, and I'm still like, I love Lip Gloss by Lil Mama.
That's always so interesting how it's like you feel like such an adult when you're a child sometimes,
I know, it's
and then
true.
when you're an adult, you're just like, wait, no.
I know, and then
This is awful.
And it's just so fun. I feel like having, I don't have the best memory, but I feel
that
like
is a fact, yes.
I feel like songs of a certain era take me back. So that is probably my most vivid memories are connected to these songs. And so going back on the road trip to the past also reminded me of how we used to drive from Atlanta to Jacksonville, Florida, because that's where my friend has a timeshare, and we would have like a week-long summer vacation for like so many years in a row. And it just was like, those were such fun, happy times, and like what a good group we had. And like, I just feel like our young 20s, we don't know how lucky we have it, because it's hard because you're like broke. But otherwise, it's very fun. And so if you're still young, enjoy it while it lasts. You're going to get old, your knees are going to get bad, and you'll have to start a podcast.
Well, no, yeah. Well, and yeah, because we're getting too old and ugly for the YouTube
I
channel.
know, right? We have a podcast that is. And
Our
also,
faces are falling.
they're falling. And also, speaking of the YouTube channel, the Lion King, Gift soundtrack.
I'm surprised that is not your giving me moments.
I just didn't
song.
want to double up because we talked about it so much on the YouTube. But if you want to hear my deep, long-term thoughts about it, and Matt Steele's, of course, you should go to our YouTube channel. And I talk about Find Your Way Back and why it's the most important song she's ever done.
Okay. Yeah, I've literally, every person I tell that this Beyonce album is incredible, they're just like, no, it's not. Like, is it? And I'm just like, it is. And they're just like, are you just saying it's incredible because it's Beyonce? And I'm just like, no.
It's excellent.
It's
Top to
actively
bottom,
great.
excellent. So if you haven't gotten on board, listen to it and then go watch our review and then listen to it again, because it'll change your life. It'll give you a moment for a week, and that's what you need. It's what you need. So anything else you want to tell the people this week, Matt Steele?
I don't think so. I feel like just so much happiness happened for me this week.
That's true. It's good.
A really great week.
We have a joyful time for us. Week 2 is a lot of joy.
It is. That's why first is the worst, second is the best. So that's how we started this podcast off. It's a fact,
It's a nice bookend. So thank you guys so much for listening. If you enjoy our content, make sure to go to patreon.com/2gaymats. And for as little as $1 a video, you can get extra bonus videos from us every single week. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Matt Palmer Music for me.
And at It's Matt Steele.
And at 2Gay Mats for both of us. And of course, go to youtube.com/2Gay Mats to see us, our visuals, our faces, and to have shorter, more focused videos. But if you want like a long-term freewheeling moment, this is where you should be.
We're here, guys.
We're here for you.
We're queer.
Get
And
used
our
to
faces
it.
aren't falling.
That was a joke.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Our faces look good.
We look amazing.
We look amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.